This is episode number 43. Eat breakfast before or after exercise for weight loss. Welcome everybody to another episode here in Body and Mind Transformation by Custom Body Fitness. This is your health coach Sandro Torres, and today we're gonna be talking about breakfast. Should you be eating breakfast before or after exercise, or should you be eating breakfast at all? So here I'm gonna give you a couple tips. We're gonna be talking about, of course, eating breakfast before and after exercise, if you should be eating breakfast. We're gonna be talking a little bit about juicing, and I'm gonna give you a couple examples about breakfast that you should be eating. So without further introduction, this is a very short talk, so hopefully you get a lot of information out about this. Let's go listen to the talk. At CBF, we know that for you to change your body, you need to change your mind. Exercise and eating healthy is only part of the plan. We care about our members as we care about our family, because our members become our family. It is not about competition, but support. It is not about being the strongest or the fastest, but about you defeating your negative self. It is about working together and making the task challenging and have fun. By the end, what matters is not how hard the session was, but that you take control of your mind so you can take control of your body. My name is Sandro Torres, and I'm happy you are part of our family. Welcome to Custom Body Fitness. Should you eat breakfast before you exercise or after you exercise? Is eating breakfast between the hour that you wake up the best thing to do, or eating breakfast after? Or you should be eating breakfast at all to lose weight? So there's many questions that our member, when they hire us and we go through their eating habit assessment, have. And here I'm going to be talking about the behaviors that you can practice to start losing weight with eating or not eating breakfast. Let's begin with eating breakfast. I've been eating breakfast for 22 years, and I managed to keep that 11% body fat. So eating breakfast does help me, and I eat my breakfast between the hour when I wake up. I usually eat oatmeal. That's what I eat every day. I do oatmeal. Sometimes I do it with milk, sometimes I do it with water. I put bananas and raisins. Sometimes I don't put anything and I only eat the oatmeal. It helps me because it keeps me full. It gives me the energy that I need when I exercise. And therefore, I'm not looking to eat between those times, and I don't feel like when I'm ready to eat that I need to overeat or eat a lot of food, right? Which is the same thing, overeating. I'll eat a lot of food because I feel satisfied. I feel like my stomach has some food before I can make the choice to eat something else, which is going to be either a snack, which are a couple of fruits, or it's going to be my lunch. It's the same thing, the same comments I get from clients that do eat breakfast between the hour when they wake up. They feel full, they have the energy, and they don't feel like they need to overeat when it's time to eat the snack or eat the breakfast. So it's very good that you eat breakfast between the hour when you wake up. So now let's talk about the other side. Let's talk about not eating breakfast. I like to eat breakfast once again because I want to feel full. Once I'm out, I'm exercising, I'm training my clients, I'm making this video, writing articles and things like that, I don't want to worry about eating breakfast anymore. And if I'm hungry while I'm working, then I can't focus on the things that I need to do. And at the same time, when I'm ready to eat, I'm going to be super hungry and I want to eat the things that I don't supposed to eat because I just go buy something that is easy, it's already made, and it's not only expensive sometimes, but sometimes it's junk food and it's not the best thing. So that's the reason why I like to eat. However, I have some clients they do have the time that after they exercise, they come back home an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours after they wake up, and they eat their breakfast. They tell me that the reason why they don't eat breakfast in the morning is when they come and exercise, they feel nauseated when they exercise. They feel full, they feel heavy, they feel like they don't have the energy, and they prefer to eat after. So when I assess these members later, when they have exercised for around 6 weeks with us and go through our plan, they do get results as well. Just like the clients, they eat breakfast within the hour, and myself, they eat breakfast within the hour they wake up. These people, they eat like 2 hours or 3 hours later. They also get results. So that I believe that either if you eat breakfast within the hour that you wake up before exercising, or if you eat breakfast after the hour that after the 3 hours that you wake up, you're still gonna see weight loss results. So I don't think there is a big difference. It's depending how you feel and your preference about if you should be eating before or after exercise. But at the same time is, what are you gonna do after you exercise? After you exercise, you have your breakfast ready, and then you're gonna go to work, and you're gonna go back home. You have the possibility to do that. If you don't have the possibility to do that, if you don't have your food ready for you to eat after you exercise, and then you have to go to work, I recommend you eat your breakfast before, so you don't have that time lapse that when you get very hungry and then later eat something that you're not supposed to. Another thing that I want to talk about is about juicing. So many people think that juicing is a breakfast, and there is different recommendation from the so-called expert about juicing, but I'm gonna give you my insight. Some experts say that juicing is good because you get all the nutrients you need with the juice. You get a big rush with the juice. Some other experts says that juicing is not good because you only getting a sugar high. You getting some nutrients, but the fiber from these fruits and veggies are very important. I don't agree or disagree with any of them. I'm not a big fan of juicing. However, I do juice sometimes. I juice for a couple months, and the reason why I juice, and I started doing this lately, has been around 5 months since I started. 5 months ago since I started doing this. And the reason why I juice is because I use it as a cleansing, and I don't use it as my breakfast. I do celery, ginger, and lime. It does help me to clean up my intestines and my liver. So sometimes when I'm juicing, the first thing I do, I wake up as soon as I wake up, I go and do my juice and drink my juice and let my body absorb everything and let my body clean my intestine. Let the juice clean my intestine and my liver before I eat my breakfast. And sometimes I wait an hour, 2 hours before I eat my breakfast. Sometimes I go and exercise, and then I eat my breakfast after. Or I take my breakfast with me if I'm going to be busy. Do my juice, exercise, let my body digest that juice, and then I eat my breakfast. So before you start juicing and take that juicing as a breakfast, think about the reason why are you juicing. You can be doing a smoothie, you can be juicing for breakfast, but personally I don't like juicing. I only do it for cleansing. So once again, think of the reason why are you juicing. Are you using to clean your body, or are you using the juice as a meal? Okay, now that we differentiate eating breakfast between an hour that you wake up or taking as long as 3 hours, and also the juicing, let's talk about the recommendations of breakfast that I'm going to give you, meals recommendation that I'm going to give you. Now think about this. If you search online or if you talk to different countries, you're going to find a vast majority of meal options out there. So don't stick to the options that I'm giving you. But whatever you do, make sure you eat healthy. Remember, get rid of the processed foods. I made a different episode that I talk about processed food. I differentiate the processed food. Hopefully I can link that to this talk, and and you can go and listen to it. So I'm not gonna go into details about the processed foods again in here, but make sure your meals, every single meal, because every single meal is important. Not only your breakfast, every single one is important. Make sure you eat real foods, not processed foods. So when you eat your breakfast, what I recommend is oatmeal. Like I mentioned before, I usually sometimes I do it with water, sometimes I do it with milk. I put raisins and bananas. That's how I like it. You can drink a smoothie. There is so many green juice out there, green smoothies out there that you can look for online. That's another breakfast that I recommend. Another breakfast that I recommend is a bowl of fruit. Another breakfast I recommend is a bowl of veggies. Another breakfast I recommend is rice and beans all together, mix them together and eat it, of course. And another breakfast I recommend is spinach with eggs. Cook them and make sure you like them, of course. You don't have to eat the spinach raw. If you want to do that, be my guest. You're welcome to do that. But I like to cook sometimes my eggs with my spinach and eat that as breakfast. I don't do that very often, like I mentioned before. I do more oatmeal than anything else. Another breakfast that you can do is a piece of toast. But if you buy a toast, make sure it's true ingredients, it's organic, it's the best bread you can buy. Do it with avocado on top and eggs, and then you can eat that as a breakfast. So those are my recommendations. If you notice, my breakfasts are not too heavy. They're high in carbohydrates, and usually what I recommend the most is that you do the smoothie and you do the veggies, and then the oatmeal, and then we do the eggs, and then the toast with the eggs and avocado. Those are my top breakfasts that I recommend for you. So whatever you do, make sure you eat your breakfast. Either you eat it between the hour that you wake up or the 3 hours, but don't go out there without eating breakfast, because it's important that you do have the energy. It's important that you have the nutrients. It's important that you feel like you are full, you are satisfied during the time that you're not ready for your lunch. Now, if you have control over that sensation of hunger, you may go without breakfast, but honestly, most people don't have control. And when they're ready to eat, they eat the wrong things and they overeat. So I once again, instead of just trusting your control, it's like an alcoholic, right? You take him to the bar, you think he's gonna have control over his desire of drinking, and that's the reason why rehab alcoholics don't go to the bar, because they know they're out tempted to drink. So same thing with you. If you don't have control over your hunger, that feeling, make sure you eat. So when it's time to lunch, you don't overeat or eat the wrong things. So that's it for today. Hopefully this talk helps you to choose the right breakfast and when to eat breakfast. And thank you so much for continue following me, and we are gonna be tuning in the next episode. Okay, so important points, the summary of this talk. The first thing is there are reasons why I eat my breakfast. Like I already talked in this talk, it's the reasons why I do eat my breakfast is because I don't want to be caught off guard when I'm hungry, and I want to have time to make good decisions about the foods that I'm gonna eat, and I'm not picking in foods here and there. That's one of the reasons. Second, it does give me energy. So those are the main reasons. Second point is eating breakfast later in the morning will deliver results. Will help you actually deliver weight loss results. So doesn't matter if you eat it right when you wake up within an hour, or if you do it after exercise or before you exercise, or if you do it 3 hours later. What is important is that you eat your breakfast so the hunger and later during the day doesn't get you off guard. The 3 point is juicing. The reason why I like juicing is because I do a cleansing in the morning with a juicing. Of course, there is a lot more benefits out of juicing. I don't know a lot about it. I have here a lot of things that I agree and disagree with. But I let you go and make a research on that. What I can tell you, the reason why I do juicing is because I use it as a cleansing, but not as a breakfast. Fourth, the examples of breakfast, there's so many I give you here in this talk. You can go back, rewind it, and listen to the examples that I said there. But like I said, there is so many examples out there. If you ask different cultures, if you search online, you're gonna find a lot of choices. Just stay on the healthy side. And the last point is, don't go out there without eating your breakfast. Remember, breakfast is important. All your meals are important. And the reason why they're important is because you need the energy. You want the fuel, which is the same thing, the energy, the fuel. You want the nutrients for your body to heal, for your body to stay healthy. So every single meal is important. Make sure your breakfast is one of them when you wake up or later in the day, but eat your breakfast. So that's the summary right there. I hope you like this talk. I hope you got a lot of information. Like always, please share it. Do me a favor and share it with people who needs this information. And as you already know, stay mentally and physically healthy. And we're gonna tune in at the next episode. And thank you for continue following us.